The sarcastic bird of the Star Fox franchise shines again in Project M. He has been referred back to his Melee iteration of being a Fox clone, but is given many tools from his Brawl iteration, making him a very unique mixture of both playstyles. Falco has received small nerfs from his Melee iteration. Down air has been slightly nerfed on the late hit, and the strong hit duration has been decreased by 4 frames. This has weakened its approach usage in the neutral, but it is still one of Falco's trademark moves. His blaster shot now decays in damage based on distance, and his shine no longer has intangibility on frame 1, which all of this basically means you can't approach mindlessly with certain options in Project M compared to Melee, making Falco's have to try a little bit harder to get rewarded. On the bright side, Falco still has good aspects that he earned from Brawl, like for example having a good Dacus. And his neutral B gets helped by all the new Brawl tech, like with wave bouncing and B reversing, which makes Falco's laser pressure more unique than Melee's. Falco has quick speed and very effective KO power, both on the ground and in the air. Falco though is still a glass cannon, as he can deal lots of damage but at the same time can get killed very early. Falco can be played with multiple playstyles in mind. You can be campy with lasers, be very combo heavy with Falco's very aggressive options, or just be plain defensive by withering down your opponent's shield options. No matter what it is, however the Falco main wants to play Falco is up to the Falco main. On paper, it looks like Falco is a clone of Fox, just with a different type of playstyle, but to the trained eye, Falco is definitely different from all the species in his own unique way. Falco has high fast falling speed and low air speed, which can be helpful in some matchups, but detrimental in others. And because of Falco's weight and his recovery, Falco is just not going to be living that long in a lot of matchups. On top of that, a lot of the Project M cast is very floaty, which makes it very hard for Falco to follow up on his combos. So you'll really notice there's not really a set in stone bad matchup or good matchup for Falco. It just all depends on the type of playstyle that you use for Falco and what type of player you are. On paper though, characters like Meta Knight would beat Falco due to having multiple jumps and very good air game that rivals Falco's. Characters like Peach and Zelda that are just overly defensive and have options that can beat some of Falco's. And Wario for having a good offstage punish game. I think I should clarify that a lot of Falco's matchups aren't really set in stone due to his meta not being fully developed yet. Falco's pros are his very strong combo game, which pre-existed even in Melee, moves like up tilt, shine, down air, all good moves for starting and extending combos, and moves like down air, forward smash, and down tilt, all good moves for finishing your combos. Another pro would be his unique laser pressure, and this is something only in Project M, because Melee Falcos cannot do the laser game that Falcos can do in Project M. As stated earlier, B reversing, wave bouncing, all things Falco should be using to mix up their lasers. And last but not least, Falco has very good KO power. Now for the cons, the first one being Falco's survivability, his weight, his fast fall speed, and his recovery all equal having a bad survivability. Falco is not going to live that long in a lot of stages. Speaking of his recovery is also another con. Project M is commonly joked around to be called Project Recovery for a reason, and Falco does not live up to that name. And the last con being his nerfs compared to his Melee iteration. This isn't really too much of a con, but it just basically means you have to be smarter while playing Falco compared to how you could play him in Melee. Falco is for you if you really like glass cannon characters, you played him at all in Melee or Brawl, you like characters with a lot of swagger, or...
Personally, I prefer the air.
Alright, so that's it for this video. You guys watched the video on Falco. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. All I want to get across here though is the Falco meta is pretty underdeveloped, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of the things in this video changed, like for matchups for example. There did a Project M top 100 for a lot of the players that are the best in the world playing Project M, and no one is maining Falco right now that is on that top 100. So if you're a Falco and you want to play, you know, like if you like Falco, I should say, and you want to get into Project M, definitely try him out. You know, he deserves some love, especially in this meta. He deserves some love because he does struggle a little bit. And it's seen with a lot of the melee characters that stay true to their melee iteration, that didn't get like any big changes. Kind of like Falco and Jigglypuff. They really kind of had trouble in this meta because people are really used to playing them the old-fashioned melee way. But that's it for this video. I just want to get that across. If you guys like this video though, you guys can vote for the next one in the comments. We'll say for the next video, I'll leave it up to you guys who you guys want. We'll say Wario, Link, or Wolf. We'll say Wolf. I got a lot of requests for Wolf in the last video, so Wario, Link, or Wolf. So which one you guys want, whichever one you guys choose or is the most requested will be chosen. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace.